Nastumama nimazine nigrine Man United by YouTube by Instagram.
I mean, like y'all got to win today, didn't y'all?
I know.
All right,
bro.
so we live right now. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I hear myself back again.
That was the longest first goal, right? Wait, has he scored before against Wolves? Oh, but that was a preseason friendly though.
I think he scored like last.
Because him and Palestri, they scored.
I think he scored like last.
All right, guys. Yo, so I mute the YouTube and we're good to go. So I'm still talking over there about 20 seconds later. However, it should be good now.
You can't hear yourself.
Yeah, I don't think you're delayed now. I think you're fine. You sound like you're good.
All right, so let's go. I mean, good evening, everyone. SoccerTzers, SoccerTz fans. This is Steve. Once again, tonight, bringing you guys another show. Tonight, we are live on YouTube. So I hope that people will join us and, chat on the live chats and ask questions and make comments and all that kind of stuff. That's the whole idea from the beginning. And I have my crew with me. I have Tony. Happy New Year to you, Tony. I know we've spoken, but we've never said that on the show before. So happy New Year to you, man, and happy New Year to you, guys. So let me know what's going on. What's happening here?
Not too much, man. It's just a brand new year. A whole lot of exciting stuff going on. Have a lot to discuss on. A whole lot of good things happening here. You know how it is.
What about you, Calvin?
A lot of good things going on.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year, guys. Hope everyone's safe out there. We're happy to be back 2022. Look forward to big things happening this year, not just for us, but for the channel as well. So we're glad to be live today for the first time. So we hope to get you guys in and then get you talking about different things to do with football.
Yeah. So if anyone's watching us, or if you at whatever point that you join us on the show, this is a show where we just talk football. We just say what's on our mind, what's on our heart. We defend our teams, we defend our colors. And as you can see, you got Manchester United over there. You got Real Madrid over there. Me, I'm red, so I don't have my blue yet, but it's gonna be a Barca.
Can't even wear your colors anymore.
You can't even wear your colors, bro. Not in here no more.
I know.
It's gonna be Barca, it's gonna be Barcelona, man. Pretty soon we're gonna be on top of the world again. So I fear that we have great things coming, guys. So be careful, Madrid over there.
Oh, there's nothing to be careful about right now. Have you checked the log yet?
The what?
Okay, the log, La Liga log. You haven't checked it?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, what position y'all in?
Well, that's not important right now.
6. I'll help you. 6.
That's why I speak for the future. I said we have things coming. We have great things coming. That's why I speak in the future.
like next season, right?
Hey, why not? I mean, did you even see the game? Did you watch the game a week ago?
What? The semifinal?
Yeah.
Semifinal?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all had a few good things coming up. You can tell like y'all getting the Barca DNA back and all, but I still feel like but I still feel like y'all don't have the players for that, anyways.
I mean, you got to scare now. I mean, like that was the first game in a long time that Barcelona have lost, and I was not sad about it. I was not sobering. I was what?
So basically, you're saying you're getting used to losing.
Yeah, that's basically what you're saying. Exactly. And also
that's not what that's called.
It sounded like it from where I'm sitting.
No, getting used to losing is when you lose and then you be like, well, another loss. what am I gonna do? That's getting used to losing. But when you lose and you played much better than the other team, which you have not done so in, I don't know, 4 or 5 months.
Losing,
I argue about that.
losing is losing, man. Like if you
Right.
don't get
There's no losing.
if you don't
pretty.
get 3 points, there's no ifs, buts, or maybes. You didn't get the points, so
There's not
it's
a
losing.
pretty loss.
There's no such thing as a pretty loss.
And on top of that, I'll actually help you with that, Steve. It was not because you guys played well. You guys just passed the ball well, but you did not execute. Real Madrid, they executed. You know why? We played on the counter, and every counter attack that we had was on Dani Alves on your slow defense, and it was successful. Only I would say
that was not
that one goal was a mistake that y'all got.
The goals that y'all scored were not Dani Alves' fault. That's number one. Second,
We're not?
Where I give it to you is that, okay, so you guys got experience on your side, right? You got experience, and you got a player like Benzema, who is extremely clinical, right? Who's extremely cool in front of goal, and who knows what he's doing. So of course that's gonna give you guys that advantage when it comes to using your opportunities that you get. If you watch that game, and if you want to be fair about this game, you would realize that Barcelona had a ton more chances than Real Madrid. So it's not like that they weren't executing. It's just that the clinical aspect of it in front of goal isn't there yet, because we don't have a player like Benzema in front of our in our attack. We don't have a player like Luis Suarez.
That's what makes the difference. That's what's football. That's what football is about.
Yeah, so
that's what makes the difference about a better team and who's better and who's not. That's exactly what makes the difference about who's the better
team. That's what makes them better. So,
yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, that right there. That's what makes Real Madrid a better team. You just answered yourself, bro.
Well, I didn't say chances. If I had never said that Real Madrid is not a better team than Barcelona right now. Okay. What I said was we have great things coming, and if you could see the way Barcelona played that game,
that's true.
If you see the way Barcelona played that game, if you had a better clinicians in attack, you guys lose that game.
But Steve, you got to think about it.
East.
But Steve, you got to think about it though. Like, I mean, if they have more quality players than you do, they're gonna win the game. So now, there's a golf in quality. When you guys are quality, and they didn't have as good a quality than you guys, like y'all would win El Clasicos. But now the balance of power is shifted. There's no Messi anymore. He was the ultimate quality guy. So now you guys don't have that kind of quality to supplement some of the bums he was playing with. Let's just be honest.
Because you know what I said. You know what? To add to what Kobe's saying, you got to take a look at it this way. Messi, do you know how many games that only Messi himself as an individual, helped Barca out of the gutter? Like Messi won most of your games. Without Messi, taking Messi out of the equation, like what's happening right now, if that's what has exposed you guys as a team. And yes, you had one game.
long time. Messi was
Messi's the one. He's the only one that glued that team together. Won you games, won you a lot of games just by himself. Individual brilliance. So right now you rely on a fluke to win. To actually.
That's why I wanted $50 million a year. I was like, what kind of madness is that? Yeah. But I mean, he deserves it.
I mean, you can see it now. It's not evident that Messi was Barcelona. So you can see it.
What do you mean he was evidence now? Everybody knew it. We all knew it before. Yeah. But let me ask you this question though, right? Yes. Well, not a question. It's more like a statement. Did you have you started to hear about Vinicius dependencia?
About what?
Vinicius dependencia.
No, what's that? You go ahead and explain.
Wait, remember Messi dependencia? Remember when everybody was like,
he's trying to say that it depends on Vinicius.
So saying that we depend on Vinicius, but no, that's not true though, because he's not the only one that's scoring.
Listen, no. It's already it's already a buzzwords out there, man.
I just think
he is hot.
I just think he's having a really good season.
You think right now, Kevin?
I just think he's having a really good season. I mean, he's finally proving to be the player that they bought. So he was supposed to be the guy when they bought him. So now he's slowly but surely embracing his role. So he's slowly becoming the guy because they signed Eden Hazard. They thought he was going to be the guy, but we know how that turned out. So
well, that's still evolving right now. It's not a done deal yet.
But I mean, in as much as like Real Madrid like signs all these really great players, they have so many misses. But I mean, this one
who has so many misses?
Misses like
misses like you miss like
misses
like bums like
they'll buy some guys that really won't perform there. So this one is coming together. So I mean, this one is now living up to his potential. So that's a good thing to see. I really want to see if Vinicius does this again next year. Then I can start to say, okay, I think we might have something, but I'm still not that convinced to where we can say they depend on him. He's just having a really good season. So once he's done it like 2 seasons in a row, we can say he might be turning into the guy.
So to be correct, that was not my word now, okay? So that's the word out there right now. That's what's coming out of y'all camp.
The media
Vinicius dependencia. That's what's coming out of your camp right now.
But Vinicius dependencias, like you said it.
But the thing is, Steve, with like the media is gonna always say something about the guy that's hot. I mean, right now Vinicius is hot, but then who's the top goal scorer? It's Benzema. Benzema is the one that's pulling us out of like some of these games because he scored. He's got his score.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand now. Vinicius, everything is flowing through Vinicius at the moment.
It's true, but that's what I said. He's the guy that's hot. But I don't think it's a fair assessment to say that Real Madrid is depending on Vini only. No, it's the channel that we are using most because he's the hot card. But you got to think of other factors too. We have Vini and we have Benzema, who's also hot, who's actually scoring right now. He's the top goal scorer. So you can.
He is. I'm just saying that basically my point was anytime that you have a team with a superstar or a potential superstar or somebody who's able to create, score, and make it easy for everybody else, you are going to hear those verbiage like Messi dependencia, Ronaldo dependencia.
Oh, you definitely.
Vinicius dependencia. In my opinion, I don't think it's ever bad. If you have someone on your team who can always make the difference, I don't think that's
you need it. I think you actually need to be a top team. You actually need somebody who's going to step up, somebody who's the big time ball player, somebody who's going to win you games. Because look at all the big teams; they have people that win them big games that you can also look at, like
De Bruyne just did it against Chelsea.
Yeah, De Bruyne just did it against Chelsea. Lewandowski, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
what a goal!
See, you need those kind of man. That goal, bro, like it's one of those goals you don't even expect that he was going to kick at that exact time that he made that goal, man.
That's what makes him good.
That's what.
That's what makes him so good, man. Like he just sees things like he's playing five steps ahead of everyone.
Yeah, right. Like I don't think anyone expected that shot. Actually,
that's one thing. That's
not even the viewers. I mean, I was watching it. I was watching the game, and I was like, okay, well, he just scored.
Right.
I think
was not a pretty goal.
I think if Mendy was in goal, that's not a goal.
I don't think
let's not say that.
I don't think
let's
so.
not say that. I don't think so. I actually wanted to say that, but then I don't want to say that at the same time because like you cannot discount it based on what ifs, what could have been.
Okay,
because he was not there.
But could you say that Kepa should have saved it?
No, because you know why I say that. Okay, let me give an argument on that. The way he kicked the ball and the timing of it, it's unnatural for him to hit it on a half step because everybody, whenever you get a ball in front of you, the first thing you're gonna step, then you're gonna hit. The way De Bruyne hit the ball, it was like step and
it was in the middle of a dribble.
Time. Yeah, it was in the middle of a dribble. That's why the defenders they didn't have time to actually block it. Even the keeper, he was caught off guard. He caught everybody off guard. Nobody was expecting him to hit it at that exact time. So I believe that was just an amazing goal, perfectly executed. Golo Kante could not bring him down. The man is so strong. Like that tackle that Kante went in, he bounced. If you look at it, he went and bounced off it. And De Bruyne stayed. How many players would have fell out like as soon as Kante hit him like that? I'm pretty sure like 90% of the players would have been down. That was an amazing goal. Like I cannot take nothing away from that goal, man.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you there because, like, I don't think any goalkeeper would have actually saved that goal, simply because they're actually watching the player, right? So anytime somebody's gonna take a shot, there are certain gestures, there are certain body movement that you have to make. Drop your shoulders, do little stutter steps, and before you actually kick the ball. Most people, like especially at that level, most people would have already known, okay, he's going to shoot that ball, right? The way he shot the ball, no goalkeeper would have thought that this is going to happen. The people watching, I was watching the game, I didn't see that coming. And I'm just sitting on my chair watching the whole screen, right? And I didn't see that coming, and the guys who were defending him, well, they did make an attempt to block the ball, but
they did after the ball when it was gone.
They saw it a few seconds late, right? They saw it a few seconds late. So by the time Kepa, react, this ball was already on its way, and it was kicked so well that I don't think there is, unless you were like Courtois, because Courtois is a little bit taller,
Yeah.
Unless you like.
But then how long was it going to take him to go down to get that low? Because the ball was low as well, and he didn't even pull the trigger. Because when you pull it, when you're about to hit a shot, a lot of people, most of us, we have to pull the trigger first before we can actually hit it. And if you do it on stride, like you're passing, because I'm pretty sure I was expecting a pass because he was like on stride, thinking that he's going to pass. Only a few players can hit a ball like trigger like Messi,
I mean, I hear what you're saying. But the goal is great. Like, I'm not taking anything away from the goal and the difficulty in which he executed. But it's just, I was just looking at the replay from behind the goal, and it almost seemed like Kepa was kind of trying to cheat, looking the other way. He was looking through the wrong guy.
Right.
So it's like, man.
But also, I mean, his view.
He's hitting to the right, but the guy's going left. I'm like,
he was obstructed.
Right, the guy's going left. I'm like, come on, bro. Come on.
His view was also blocked there. He had two defenders. Almost straight in front of him. So his view was a little bit obstructed. So he did have to, trying to see what's happening. By that time, the men.
But you can't look to see what's happening on your right side. The guy's going left. Like, you look this way, so that's why you see, like, sometimes when, like, the top strikers, like, when they give the goalkeeper the eyes, it's because the keeper's looking this way. He knows the guy's going that way. So if he gives him the eyes the other way, he can bite and then finish on the other side that the keeper's, like, cheating from. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, the finish, like I said, the finish was great.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think that maybe your system is coming off based on a little bit of bias at least?
Who's?
What do you mean? Bias?
Bias in one way.
Bias between Kepa and Mendy, because not a lot of people like Kepa. Because
Kepa's not a very good goalkeeper. Let's not. Kepa's very good goalkeeper. Kepa's never been a really good goalkeeper in the Premier League.
Why did they pay? Oh, okay. So you say in the Premier League? I was going to say, why did they pay $70 million
last season? That's why Frank Lampard wanted to sell him. That's why they bought a whole new goalkeeper, bro. Like, yo,
in the Premier League, he's got a better rank. He doesn't really have a good ranking.
So it's like you would think that he's now kind of back up. He's watching. He's improving his game. We bought you for $70 million, bro. Like, at least have a little bit of pride to try and improve your craft while you're not playing, so that you can go to another team. But you go out there and then you do that. I'm like, come on. Everybody's still gonna be like,
that goal was not his fault. I know Kepa to be a goalkeeper to have a couple of mishaps in just one game. I know that. I know that. About,
He's a hothead. Like he's a
but that
hothead. That's
game,
what it is.
that Chelsea game against Manchester City, there's nothing he could have done on that front. And in fact, he had a couple of good saves, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
He had a couple of good saves in that game.
Okay, talking about Kepa and Mendy. How about Mendy in AFCON right now? Dude is having a good streak. He's still undefeated. And nobody scored. He's still got a clean sheet after 3 games.
And they'll still not vote him the best goalkeeper in Europe because he's black.
And yes, I was about to get into that. I would say I was about to get into that, but I was not going to say it like that. I was just going to ask, like, what are y'all thoughts about him being the best goalkeeper and not being included in the top World FIFA 11?
Yo, the tournament hasn't even finished. It's not even done yet.
No, but that was.
I get it. I mean,
the tournament is not even okay. So you guys know? Do you guys know that? I'm sure you know, but I'm gonna reiterate that for y'all. So when they're voting somebody best in whatever, it's always based on the previous seasons. You guys know that, right? So right now, if you want to talk about Mendy as being, as winning the award,
it was not in the best 11. So you're saying that Donnarumma had a better season than Mendy last season? Is that what you're telling me? Where Donnarumma was sharing responsibilities with what's his name, Kylian Navas,
and at PSG.
Yeah,
at PSG. Well,
yeah.
I mean, I guess
because it was Donnarumma.
The reason why he won the golden the best goalkeeper was because he won the Euros. He had a good 7 games, and they made him player of the tournament or goalkeeper of the tournament, and then he won that award because he's European. Like Mendy,
I think I'm going to back up that argument.
Let me finish my point.
I'm going to back up that argument with you, Calvin. I'm going to back up that argument next year during the next.
No, Steve. No. Wait, let me finish my argument. Right. So Mendy wins the Champions League. Right. He has the most clean sheets in the Premier League, and he in the Premier League. That's the best league in the world, by the way. Right, and the guy has.
I thought also talking about the best league in the world. Didn't you guys? Weren't you guys one time talking about how in the Premier League no one knows who's gonna win it? It's like so competitive and things of that nature. I mean, isn't there an argument to call it like the City League now?
Okay, let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. We're not straying. Let's stick to what we're talking about.
You're talking about Mendy, bro. Like,
let's talk about Mendy. Mendy not winning
because my guy has all these clean sheets. He has a Champions League to back him. Mm-hmm. And how many times have we seen the Ballon d'Or being determined by who wins the Champions League? Now the Champions League can determine who's the best goalkeeper in Europe.
So and one other thing too, I want you to give me.
You always know that the international tournaments always have a big factor in terms of how these things come out. Again, I'm going to read it.
That is true. Yes,
I think
that is true.
I'm going to say that again. Hold on. Wait, Calvin. Hold on. I'm going to say that again. That you will have a point, and I will agree. I will have agreed with your point. In the next round of best goalkeepers and best this and best that. Now, like if after, like let's say Mendy win the AFCON, right? Cup, and then let's say. Let's not even say that they won the Champions League again. Let's say he just won that cup, right? And he managed to put a few clean streak in the Premier League, right? Or get the lowest goal against average in the Premier League, and they go really deep in the Champions League. And then if he still doesn't make that number, that top 10 or win it, then I will hand down agree with you. But we all know.
Why does he have to be best than the average? Why does he more than the average goalkeeper? Because if you think about it, bro,
But
Donnarumma
it's a
had
lot of stats that they put together.
I
That they
understand, but Donnarumma had a great 7 days. AC Milan were not good in the league when he was playing there. That's the season he played last year. He was predominantly playing for AC Milan, and he was not the goalkeeper with the least differential like in the league, right? So you're telling me that we're now just gonna say because this guy was involved in a tournament that we all watched, right? It's the Euros. Everything stops for everybody to watch the Euros. So the spotlight was on him. Italy made a great run, and then he benefited from that great run. But you're telling me that throughout the season, we're not just going to discount the season he had at club level and just say, oh, he had 7 good games, so we're going to give him the best goalkeeper in Europe.
So again, you keep on,
that's
last
biased.
time we spoke about this.
But Mendy has to win the Champions League. He has to have the least goals against him in the league, and he has to win an international tournament for him to be considered the best goalkeeper in the world.
Actually, okay, so the last time we had this, we talked about this the last time, right? So you continually saying that, okay, somebody did this in this amount of games, 7 games, or somebody did this in about like 5 or 6 games or whatever. I mean, I do understand the point where you're saying it's a 5, 6, 7 games tournament instead of a 30 odd something games in a whole season. In a way, I do understand that point, but you have to, you also have to bring in the factor of the prestige of those tournaments, right?
So
the quality of this tournament, the
now you actually proving my point of
well,
bias.
how am I proving your point?
Because you're saying that the prestige, just like how they were bashing the African Cup of Nations, saying it's a small tournament, right? You're saying that basically you're saying that this guy, if it's a situation
no,
you're saying that because Donnarumma won the Euros and it's a prestigious tournament, and Mendy will win the AFCON. If he wins AFCON and they're next to each other in the same year, that this guy wins AFCON, this guy wins the Euros, they're gonna give the guy with the Euros because it's a more prestigious tournament.
No, actually, that's absolutely not what I was saying. What I was saying is the prestige.
Indulge me, Steve. I really want to hear how you work yourself out of this.
No. What I'm telling you is the prestige of those tournaments, meaning the international tournaments. Tournaments.
So you know what? Now listen to this.
This is a different stage.
You're proving bias.
Steve, so what's going on is there is a tilt in the scale when it comes to this to this award already, because they already have been nominated. The best 5th through 11th, they already been nominated. They're nominated.
The awards
when the AFCON is not done yet. It's actually they're still playing. The AFCON is still being played, and they are based their nomination based on players that played in the Euros. The Euros already been done. The Copa America already been done. But AFCON was not
already. Those awards has come out even before the AFCON started. That's why I'm saying you guys gotta wait next year, the next season, to make the argument.
How can you back Donnarumma? Because Donnarumma, his selection is based on.
I'm not backing
his selection is based. What is his selection based on?
Wait.
Which season?
Based on the fact that he won the Euros.
Which tournament? When were the Euros? When were the Euros?
Let's get something straight. I'm not backing
right before the voting party.
Okay.
I'm not backing them. I'm not backing anyone.
All right. So let's say facts. Let's just put out facts. When was Donnarumma's Euros, the ones that they use, the statistics that they're using right now for him to be in the 5th pro best 11? Which stats are they using?
Tony, before we all jump on the bandwagon of racism.
No, we're not going about racism. That was
that's the point that Calvin
bad choice of words, I would say.
So because
that was a poor choice of words. We're just gonna talk about stats.
Jump on that bandwagon, let me finish my point, guys.
Hold on. And lean on also to take into account the fact, like what Calvin said, well, that little statement that it's not even a little statement, that's a big statement that Klopp said about African tournaments being a little tournament. That has a lot to do with how most of these players are selected, how some of these awards are selected. Because
and how the African players are perceived in general.
Yeah,
Mo Salah didn't even make the list. Mo
It's
Salah.
those statements. But go on, Steve. We'll listen what you're about to say.
So you,
What I was
Steve,
gonna say
you're really
was-
looking at that. Okay, they put Ronaldo in there because they said Ronaldo broke the international scoring record. But how many records did Mo Salah break? Like, come on, bro. Like Mo Salah didn't make the team.
So again,
Let's
my only
talk
point
about
to
that.
all this,
And there's no bias.
my only point to all this is that when after that tournament, after the AFCON is ended, after the AFCON ends, right? And then when those things are coming out again, you know, if you saying that, okay, so he's still not in that top list because there's not a lot of great goalkeepers out there right now. So we can count them. We can count Mendy. We can count Mendy. We can count
David De Gea. We can count.
De Gea. I think De
Let's
Gea
talk about
has
the
too
year
many
right now.
mishaps for me too. You
Bro,
know, De Gea has too many mishaps for me as well.
obviously, y'all don't watch the Premier League, but it's okay.
It's not about
Right
not
now
watching
he's
it,
playing
but we
great.
just
The best
saying
goalkeeper
like
in the Premier League
based
right
on
The last few games, man. The last few games.
What do you
he's
mean
playing
last few games, bro? Like, where we are at right now is we're nowhere without David De Gea, bro. He's the best goalkeeper in the league right now.
So
You can
anyway,
ask
we're talking about
anybody.
results.
So
Talk
okay,
about
so we're
clean
talking
sheets.
about
That's
okay.
what we're
So
talking about. When
let's
you're
put
talking
them
about
there.
goalkeeper,
Let's put
talk
them
about
there.
clean
That doesn't
sheets.
discount.
It's just like
That's what I'm saying.
it does
That
because
count the
that's
fact
a
that
major factor. It's
Jesus.
clean sheet.
So
How do you determine a team that they won with the amount of goals they scored? Nobody talks about how many chances they missed. They talk about the goals they scored. So if a keeper, no matter how many saves they make, if they do not have as much clean sheets, that's a big factor in how they determine who's a better goalkeeper or not. It's stats, facts.
bro, but not everybody's playing behind a world-class defense. So you gotta consider that too. So like,
Oh, those are variables that nobody.
so that's what I'm
Those are
saying.
variables that only
That's what I'm
you
saying.
are
You
just going
can't
to.
say that, oh yeah, bro. There's no way. That's why you can't say like, okay, Donnarumma was trash in the league because he was playing against a crappy defense. Then for 6 games he played against behind Chiellini, Bonucci, and all the world class Italian backline. And then all of a sudden he wins
They didn't have a good record
thing.
anyway because they didn't have much
They
skill
won the
sheets.
tournament.
Yeah, but they
No,
won it. They
Oh
won
yeah,
it.
you're talking about Italy. I thought you were
And
talking
they had a
about
couple
Juve
clean
because he has the
sheets.
same
So
defenders.
he had some clean sheets. He had a couple clean sheets. So I'm like, so why is he better than De Gea if he's still not?
That's what makes him better because like he had a couple
He's
of
not
clean
ready for
sheets. Because when you look at stats like like Ronaldo, Messi, what are they looking at? They're looking at stats, right? When they're looking at Lewandowski, they're looking at how many goals he scored, right? They're not looking at how many goals he could have scored, how many chances he missed.
How is it that Lewandowski scored more goals than Messi and didn't win the Ballon d'Or? And then you say
Ballon d'Or is not
that.
Ballon d'Or is just a
to
trash.
this
That's a
again.
trash award. that one's a journalist award. We don't even talk about that.
Actually, did you guys see the stats that Jay posted on the WhatsApp group? I mean, that's. Hey, I understand you guys got your preferences.
He's about to say this because we're talking about Messi. It's okay, bro.
Yeah.
The Mendy
we're talking
situation.
about Messi.
Everybody can pull out stats.
Let's move the conversation.
Wait. The Mendy situation, I'm gonna wait till next season, next year, and then when those awards are coming out, and then I will make my own opinion about that because I understand that he is playing great right now, and he's playing great in the AFCON right now, and everybody recognize him right now. As of was before Chelsea, you only heard about Edouard Mendy. Before Chelsea, now you know about Edouard Mendy.
Right? That's true.
Now you know him. So now he's on the world stage, right? So and then that was only last year when he was playing in France. So now he's playing on the world stage with a bigger team and he's performing. And now he's performing with his nation, right? With his national team. So now we have something to talk about. And that was my point. That was my point, right? Now we have something to talk about because he is performing at so many different levels now. That was my point.
I understand what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But I still feel like Mendy got robbed. But we can move it along. Because, you can have one great season and still win it.
For last season,
we,
yeah.
we don't have to keep hearing about you over and over and over to prove it to us. All you need is one good season. Like Leicester City had one good season, won the league, and then they've been terrible ever since. They've been Leicester City ever since.
Yeah, we all know that was a one.
You know
that
what I
was a
mean?
one-up,
So you just
you know?
only need one good season. Now, if they say, "Hey, raise your hands, all the Premier League champions," they can raise their hand and say, "Hey, we won the Premier League." They just had that one good season. So all it takes one season.
All right, guys. Let's shift gear to one thing, right? What about the Dembele contract situation? What do you guys make of that? I'm interested to know how you guys feel about this situation.
I'll go first. Yeah, I think that this is the direction of where modern day football is going. I mean, you look at how it almost reminds me of like NFL free agency, where it's like everybody wants to hit the free agents so that they can get as much money as possible. That's what these guys are doing now. Try to get to free agency, his last year of his contract. Try to negotiate and see which club will pay the most for him because there's no transfer fee, and they'll just give him straight up cash. That's that you see not just Dembele, you see Pogba. Like they made I saw the first 11 of the people that are out of contract right now. Like that could be a world 11 of players like from Pogba, Mbappe, like all these guys that are just like, yeah, we're just gonna see out our contracts and just go to the highest bidder, basically. So yeah, I mean, kudos to the guy. He's trying to make up his opportunities because he really hasn't been on the field enough for me to be able to say he can justify a transfer fee. You can't sell him for £80 million for $80 million. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't played like an $80 million player, so he's gonna have to
even played like a $40 million player.
Yeah, so he has to get his money somehow. So he's gonna have to use his free agent status as a bargaining chip.
Well, as Xavi already put up a statement saying that either he's going to sign the contract or he has to leave. Xavi's ready to offload him. He's not trying to wait because what's his name? Sissoko. He's Dembele's agent.
Musa Sissoko or something like
so,
that.
Yeah. They were because they're being
wait. Talking about this guy. Did you guys know that he was Mendy's agent as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he was Edward Mendy's agent as well, and he fired.
He's actually an agent that's coming up, but then he has a lot of rough edges around him because there's a bunch of history with like mishandling stuff. But anyway, that's a whole different story for another day. But,
he's figured out the Raiola blueprint. Like the Raiola put out the blueprint, bro.
He's getting some stuff from the playbook.
But you do know, but Raiola has also a proven record of getting the best of both worlds, like both from player standpoints and
that's what I'm saying. That's why the players love him, because he's gonna make you the most money possible.
Yeah.
And he's in the business of he's literally changing the landscape of football transfers, because he has his clients. He'll tell all his clients to okay, sign a 3-year deal. You get 3 years, and then you're able to move around. You're still in a good age, like you can move around to get to the next check. As a free agent, you get a big check, and then he gets a big check too because there's no transfer fees. So transfer fees, he has to split the money 3 ways on a transfer fee. You have to pay the club that you're buying the player from. You have to pay the agent, and a percentage goes to the player. But if it's a no transfer fee, and if there's a no transfer fee and it's just wages to the player and the agent, the club will take it all day long because they don't have to spend a lot of money on a player.
Right.
No, and Xavi, Xavi right now, I was just saying, that really puts him in a predicament because Xavi is ready to offload him. And if he doesn't sign, he's not going to play. And for a player like Dembele right now, who needs the playing time for him to get that contract that he needs if he's going to leave.
Well, not even that, but to get into the French national team right now.
Right, exactly, French national team. And he's been hot. Right now, he's been hot. Like, if you look at Dembele, he's been hot, to be honest with you. He's been the player, one of the most consistent players in the Barcelona team as of late.
And missing and screw-ups,
he has, that's Dembele. But then I'm just saying, like, with the whole contract situation, the way they're handling it, And if Xavi is ready to say, when he said he won't play for the next 6 months because like the transfer
No,
window has like
Xavi didn't say
11,
that.
10 days left.
Xavi wasn't the one who said that. I believe the football director, the guy who I guess find the players. I guess he's the one who said that.
Alemany or whatever.
The organization said that, but
Alemany.
Xavi says he's not ready to bench him. But he needs.
No, he will.
He will. He said he wasn't. He said he's not contemplating that. He's not thinking about that benching him for 6 months. But he does need to sign the contract, or he needs to go.
No, he will, because you know what's going to happen is the club that's going to bend, because the club, they're trying to maximize, they're trying to get the money. So if the club, they're trying to get him to sign the contract, so it's a bend or break type of thing. So they're going to make him sign the contract within the next 10 days.
No, he's got till midnight tonight, which is already midnight and
tonight, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, they really need him to put that.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going to sign. Let me give you my 2 cents on this, guys. I think this is a case of mismanagement by his agent and greediness and just like over the top, thinking too highly of yourselves instead of being humbled. And unfortunately, you see a lot of players right now. They don't have any problem just sitting on the bench making money. Back in the days,
Gareth Bale,
player, whether they're making a lot of money or not, man, they are not contemplating sitting in the bench.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They would either leave if you don't like them. They would either leave, go somewhere else.
Because for the money that he's getting,
or force their way.
They can buy like really good, some good players with the money that Dembele, if they let him go, like they can get some really good players to come in.
So if I'm Dembele, you're looking at this situation. You've been here for what, like 4 years already, and you spent the majority of your time, injured on the bench and not being able to contribute. The least you could do is, now that you're a little bit healthy, is to not looking at so much as the money you are making or not going to make, and repay, the club all the money that they've been spending on you.
Nah.
For you to sit down on the bench.
This is a business at the end of the day, man. The man's trying to set up. He's trying to set himself up.
Yeah, trying to set himself up. Because I mean, football these days is all about business. I mean,
but what about all the money? What about all the money he's been making? You telling me he's still not set yet?
You think people will ever make enough money? You think anybody will ever say I'm satisfied with money? Nobody will ever be satisfied with the amount of money they make.
I like Dembele a lot. I like his style of play. I think that he could be one of the greatest players ever. But after watching this drama, I'm like, I don't know what's in your mind anymore. I mean, like,
it's just football politics, though, because with football politics, for the most part, it doesn't come from the players themselves. It comes from the agents, other people behind.
Yeah, but he's got all the power. Yeah. He's about to say to the agent, "Hey, this is what I want," or you're gonna be fired.
With a 24-year-old guy who is living his life, you know what I'm saying? Right now,
and with that same agent that just made him all
right, with the same. Exactly. So they up in his ear, they tell him, "Oh, hold up, just keep on holding on. We're gonna get you as much money as you can." And he's had offers from like big teams that really want him right now. Ain't what is it? City or whatever teams that want him?
You guys think Barca should just sell him, or because he can say he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, let him go. If he's out of contract,
they need to sell him. They need to let him go. He's out of contract. Let him go. They can get other players. I mean, like what? Arsenal just got a player for like 80 million right now.
Who?
And they try to, what's his name? Some guy, Lasovic or something like that.
That deal's done. I thought that was.
No, and I don't think it's. I don't think it's a done deal yet, but it's in the pipeworks. Right, but the figure that I saw was like 80 million. Yeah. Which I'm still surprised.
The club he's at wants about 80 million pounds.
Yeah, that deal's not done yet. That deal is not done yet.
Arsenal does not have
Vlahovic.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised. Like for 80 million for him, that is what I mean. Maybe they're gonna get money from Aubameyang. Maybe, I guess. But
wait. Remember that Arsenal has a lot of money now.
I mean, remember we still pay for the stadium though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal's still paying for their stadium.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the reason why Arsenal. That's why Arsene Wenger.
Arsenal
was so
buys
tied up.
players like on like payment plans. Like they'll pay you 20 a day, and they'll give you like 10 million.
If you think about it,
track type
yeah,
of deal.
and that's why Arsene Wenger was always on a budget. Like whenever it comes to these players, like he wasn't really buying no players like that. He was buying players on a
but
low,
mostly selling players.
You know?
So it's the
mostly
news.
selling.
The news is now that they're preparing a $58 million contract for him.
For
Offer.
For Dusan, but I mean, Fiorentina, they won the 80. I guess if it's 58, if they go, still 58 is a lot of money though.
I feel like the bigger clubs in Europe are still scouting that kid. Like he's setting the Serie A on fire, but I don't know. I think if Tottenham comes and says come to Tottenham, he'll go to Tottenham.
Nah, you won't.
So you think Tottenham is a bigger club than Arsenal?
They have an Italian coach, bro. A really good Italian.
No, you won't go to Tottenham, bro. Tottenham is like what Steve says. Like you're gonna choose Tottenham over Arsenal? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Tottenham, what they got?
Yeah, I feel like Tottenham got more upside than Arsenal.
Is more what?
Explain how. Where?
How?
Because they have a new coach?
Because they have one of the best coaches in the world. Like Antonio Conte, bro, he wins. And Tottenham, if Tottenham backs him the way they need to back him and give him the players he needs, like he can turn
like they did with every other coach.
Yeah, what was the last one? Mourinho?
Every other coach is not Antonio Conte, bro.
That's just Tottenham, bro.
But you gotta bro. The man has
Antonio
won.
Conte and Mourinho, who's a bigger coach?
Bro, Antonio Conte. Like, bro, like Antonio Conte.
Explain.
10 years, bro.
Explain. If we bring Mourinho on this show right now, you're gonna chop your head off, bro. What you talking about? Bro. If you bring Mourinho here on this show, you're gonna chop your head off, bro. What you talking about?
The disrespect y'all got on this man's name.
No, it's not disrespect. We just compare, bro. We just compare.
It's not disrespect. You're making your argument saying that.
You make your argument.
You're making your
That's
argument.
That bias. That's the bias again because you're a Man United fan, and you know how it is. How it ended with Mourinho. You know how it ended with Mourinho.
No, Mourinho coached our team, bro, and Mourinho gave us two. Bro, the last two trophies we got from Mourinho. So I'm not beefing.
How it ended. We're talking about how it ended, yeah.
Bro, it ends with every club that Mourinho coaches. It ends the same way. So it's not our fault. It's a Mourinho.
I mean, Conte is a good coach. Conte is a good coach, but when you compare him with other, you see, it's like every other coach. You could be like, oh yeah, Conte, yeah. But when you compare with other coaches that have bigger resume.
What bigger resume than Tony? The man has won 7 league titles in the last 10 years, bro. And he's done it in Italy. He's done it for Juve. He's done it for Inter Milan, and he did it for Chelsea in the Premier League. So I'm just saying, bro.
Okay. Don't basically,
man.
We're not disrespecting him. I'm
saying that Mourinho is a better coach than this guy. Mourinho last won a league title win.
Well, you could have said the same thing for Arsene Wenger. Are you saying Arsene Wenger is not a great coach?
Nah, bro. We're not talking about in this present time, bro. Arsene Wenger has been finished for a long time. So
we'll see.
So I mean,
Conte is a great coach. You're right.
I'm telling you, bro. I think Tottenham has better.
If you say right now with the form,
I think Conte is a great coach. I'm just saying for the argument you're making where, hey, he should pick, Tottenham over Arsenal just based on Antonio Conte. I'm saying no, because if you're talking about like the history, if you're talking about like big clubs, Tottenham is not a bigger club than Arsenal.
No, and
that's what I'm saying.
Arsenal is a bigger club than Tottenham, but we're talking about if you're a player who wants to maintain a consistent level and play at a higher level with the coach you're saying
Arteta cannot bring that level to him.
Yeah. Not right now. Not right now.
See, I don't even agree with that. I don't agree with that either.
No, I'm just saying, like, bro, like, because you got to think about it. Arteta this is his 3rd year in the job. Conte's been doing this for a while, and Conte is known Like
Okay,
Conte
so
turned
here's the other
Conte
issue.
turned Lukaku into a 30-goal striker, bro. Like
Here's the other here's where I'm gonna counter argue that point with you, right? So you know, you would have said the same thing about Pep Guardiola as well in his maybe second or third season at in Barca.
I'm
You
just
would have
saying.
probably said the same thing too.
I'm just saying.
But you
If you're
can't say
talking
that now, can you?
I'm just saying, if you're talking about the top 5 managers in world football right now, I don't see a top 5 where Antonio Conte is not in it.
Well, of course, I'm not saying that either. I'm just
So,
saying.
so,
I'm
so,
just
so
saying.
if you have
I'm
an
talking about the
opportunity,
point of
so
picking a
if you have
team
an
over
opportunity
another.
to work with one of the 5 best people on the planet, and you're a young player, 21 years old, you're gonna say, "Nah, I'm gonna go to Arsenal." But you know you have an opportunity to work with one of the top 5 best coaches in world football. They'll improve your game. This
Okay, but
man
you
took
gotta
Lukaku, and Lukaku's
look
now
at
$100
variables.
million striker, bro.
Okay,
Come on,
look at
bro.
other things that have to go with it. Okay, he goes to Tottenham, and what players does he have around him at Tottenham? That
Heung-min Son, Harry Kane.
okay,
They're better than
and he's
anything.
competing, and that's competition. That's competition, right?
That brings out the best in you. Competition brings out the
Okay,
best,
that's what I'm telling
bro.
you, bro. Like listen, if I'm a player, I'd rather go where I am needed, where I know, like, you know what, if I go, it's a plug and play. I'd rather go out there and play.
Who says they're not gonna need him? Harry Kane is 29 years old, and he's
29. And 29 for a player, you're still in your prime, right?
Bro, Harry Kane is 29.
29.
Bro, Harry Kane is 29 years old and has been trying to leave Tottenham for years. So, like,
and he hasn't. You think he's gonna leave now?
Okay, so here's the thing, though, right? So if Harry Kane,
what just happened?
If he leaves, where's he gonna go?
Hold on. Calvin,
you think Harry Kane's just gonna leave Tottenham
wait,
now?
hold on, Calvin. Would you consider Harry Kane as one of the best strikers in the world?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so and he's been trying to leave Tottenham, and
but
you're telling the other guy to go there now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
But
saying.
it just literally proves Tony's point. It literally proves Tony's point that where he would go where he's needed. Because if Harry Kane leaves, Harry Kane
he leaves, but
bro,
where is Harry Kane leaving?
You are a world-class striker.
Can I
leaving?
my point?
Wait.
Okay,
if you are a world-class striker, can I finish my point? If you're a world-class striker like him, and then you got so many clubs looking for you, and then you're gonna pick Tottenham to go to because Antonio Conte is there.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You pick Tottenham because Antonio Conte is there. Because it's the same thing as saying, oh, you have all these players, all these coaches, and all these teams that want you, and you gonna pick Jurgen Klopp. Yes, you go pick Jurgen Klopp because why? He's one of the best managers in the world. Harry Kane is leaving Tottenham. He wants to go to Man City. You know what I mean?
Because
so it's not like he's trading down in class of managers.
Because that's where he doesn't want to go to Man City because of Pep Guardiola. Now that's one factor, but he wants to go there because he wants to win a trophy.
And two, bro, you gotta think about it. Bro,
how many years have we been having the same conversation about Harry Kane?
You gotta think about it.
How many seasons have we been saying the same thing? And
he's
gonna go into 2022 saying the same thing. Come on, man. At some point, you just gotta let it rest, bro.
Tony,
and you think Harry Kane would want to leave Conte? You're the one that's just talking about Conte being a great coach. Then he mysteriously just like, okay, after one season with Conte, okay, I'm leaving Conte.
Bro, he's already been way out, Tony. He had a whole contract situation this season. The man was on strike. Like, you telling me that
let's see
was on strike trying to leave. That's what I'm saying.
That was before Conte came to the team. Now you have a manager like Conte, Antonio Conte, in that squad who's turning things around. Okay, then I will still want to leave. That's something that was going to change his mind as well. Like, you think he's going to leave too?
I understand that, but you got to think about Harry Kane's priorities right now. Bro, this is going to be the biggest contract he'll ever have. So, right now at Tottenham, he gets 150,000. You telling me he goes to Man City, knows he's going to win trophies, and get 300K? This is his last contract? Bro.
We'll have to see, bro.
No brainer.
We've been on the same subject for like 3 years.
Was offered $100 million.
But he didn't.
It's just they just didn't let him go.
The reason why he's still in Tottenham is because they made it extremely hard for him.
Levy didn't want him to
They don't
leave.
wanna
He
leave.
said, "You're not
They don't want
leaving."
him to
That's
leave.
why he's still in
I
Tottenham.
don't want him to
He doesn't
leave.
want to
Yeah.
be there. He doesn't want to be there. Tony,
Yeah, I think he'll
But-
leave. Yeah,
Arsenal
I
fan?
think
We
he'll
all know
leave.
that. We all know that he doesn't want to be there, bro. Calvin, Man United fan. Talking about
All right,
Arsenal.
yo.
Somebody wants to go to Arsenal.
Okay, so I mean, like, what do you guys think? Man City won the Premier League again this year? Or
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's another no-brainer, bro.
what was that? 5 times? Five time in
Six, 7 years, I
6
think.
time in
Is
5
it?
years.
That's
6
a
time in
done
5
deal.
years.
No, isn't it 5 in
6
7
time-
years?
No,
five
it's
time
like
in-
it's the
5 time in
fourth
6
time.
years.
It's the fourth time in
5 to 6 years. Yeah,
4 years.
Yeah, 4 and
4 times
5.
in 5
Yeah,
years.
because only Liverpool won it once.
So are we ready to talk about the City League now?
It's a dynasty. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Those
but you know what? Dynasties. The only thing about dynasties, like whenever
they'll come to an end eventually.
Yeah,
They always fall. So this
because
so Man
at
City
some point he's gonna
their
want
dynasty, it's
the
cool.
Champions League.
But here's the thing, though. There's still not a better dynasty than Man United because they've never won the league and the Champions League in the same season. They can't do that.
Oh, okay. So that's your go-to now. Huh? Okay.
They can't do that. They have to do it.
That's
They have
that's
to
that's,
win.
that's
They
your
have to
go-to
win
now.
treble.
Let's just see how this season.
They have
I
to
wonder,
win
Let's just see
I
how
wonder
this season
who's
goes.
considered the
Never done a
lousy
double.
neighbors now.
See,
Oh,
First-
sure. You didn't get that. You didn't hear that.
they've never done a double. So
Yeah.
let alone
Say
a
that,
triple.
say that again, Steve.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying that I wonder who's considered the lousy neighbors now. You know, I'm just saying.
Lousy.
Boy, lousy and noise. I don't know.
We're, still,
Whichever
we're,
word you use
we're,
there,
lou-
bro.
we're a very lousy neighbor, but we're still, but
Yeah.
we're still in there.
Yeah.
Still in there.
I mean,
We're still part of the.
I mean, you got a good win today, though.
We're still part of the neighborhood. That's the only thing that matters. We're still part of the neighborhood right now.
Yeah, we're still in Europe. So,
Because there's teams like Arsenal that are not in the neighborhood anymore. They're not even in the cul-de-sac.
You know what's funny? Man United is still behind Arsenal, though.
Arsenal's fourth in the league, isn't it?
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro.
In the league right now.
Still behind them.
Arsenal has all these like young kids playing for. Now they're calling off games because they're getting red cards and all their players.
Listen,
They're like,
sounds like
no,
a deflection. Sounds like a deflection.
We're gonna catch up to y'all. Don't worry about it.
Listen,
sounds like a deflection.
Listen, they're allowed to do it. It's not illegal. You can.
It's only. That's what I'm saying. It's only 18 games in the season. Like Arsenal is gonna crumble. It's okay.
It's okay.
Well, but they're fourth in the league right now, so I'm just.
I know right now.
They're playing
I
good.
think they went down.
We'll talk at the end of the season if they'll still be there in the Champions.
You think Man U will be finishing fourth?
Some of these teams are going to crumble. Like, we'll finish in the Champions League. I definitely feel like we'll finish in the Champions League. But am I gonna bet on it? No. But
you can't.
but you know, I can for sure bet that Arsenal is not finishing in the top four.
You know what, Steve? Every Man United fan still feels like they still have Ferguson as their coach. Like it's still in their fantasy right now. That is true. It's been like that.
Games we played.
It's still like that. But anyway, it's all good. But we're just gonna see how this season.
It's like we're bad, but we're like we're always in and around, but we're bad. But like you know, it's like man, if we play better, we could be like so much higher than the table. But it's like they're still playing bad, but they're like 2 points away from Arsenal. Like you know what I mean? But at the same, that's what I'm saying. For us, if we just get like 5 games in a row. This
a team that's talking that has players like Ronaldo, that's like Sancho, that has Rashford, that's Pogba, that's Matic, that has.
I'm telling you,
you see all these world class players that I'm naming right now.
Yeah, but we still have
on the Man United roster right now. Your players like Van der Beek that y'all just wasted. I'll take Van der Beek. Come on, like
of
any
course
day.
Because
Donny is like Donny can play at any team. He's a dope player. That guy. Because y'all mismanaging. You think Man United you cannot play in the Man United team right now, bro? Are you serious gonna tell me right now that Donny cannot fit in the Man United roster?
Tony, you are not in training, bro. Like it's two managers. There's now been 2 coaches. there's not been 2 coaches that keep
Okay.
sitting this guy on the bench. Like at some point, bro, we gotta be like,
but
okay,
let me ask you this:
the
whenever
man's
this
not
guy
pulling
gets,
up.
whenever you get to play him, have y'all seen what have y'all seen from him? Whenever he gets to play,
5 minutes
as a
of
fan,
good football. 5 minutes of good football.
So what was the point of you taking him from Ajax then if you didn't want to play him?
Well,
That's
things
a
like that happens sometimes.
Because when you bring a player,
that-
when you bring a player like that, you need to play him. If you're gonna
That's
bring
a-
a player onto your organization, you're not bringing him to bench him. You're bringing him to play, just like Sancho. Y'all brought Sancho to Man United so he could play, right? Whenever he came, like he was on the bench, and everybody was like, "Oh, Sancho's a bust. Sancho's a bust." But whenever he started getting play time, guess what y'all see now? Y'all start to see the Sancho that y'all put money for, right? Same thing with Donny. Give him a chance. Why won't y'all give the kid a chance? Oh, that's all I'm saying. Give him a chance,
bro. That's a great question that we're still trying to get an answer for. That we can't even get an answer for, and we ask this question every single.
So we're in agreement.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's either the man is not pulling up in training to where he's able to take out the guys that are playing, because McTominay had an injury, had a suspension last game. The dude started match, and Johnny didn't even get on the field. So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like one of those things.
It just doesn't fit the culture.
He's probably not performing training, or they were saying
culture.
that probably not. Like the Premier League is a little bit too physically demanding for him.
All right,
that's why they're always.
We have to talk about the AFCON before we leave, guys. We've all seen what's been happening in the AFCON. I've seen some great and some not so great things. I've seen some good performance and some, terrible performance as well. Did you guys watch the what was it, the Cameroon game the other day with the goalkeeper debacle?
Yeah.
So
when the keeper spilled that ball.
Yeah,
that was pure.
He injured himself that one. Like, did you guys see the feel? That's those are some of the things
that was Sierra Leone.
Yeah, those are some of the things I don't understand, man. Like the fields wasn't in such bad shape by itself, and I don't understand that. What do you guys make of the tournament so far?
You know what? I feel like, with the AFCON tournament as it stands, when you talk about like the facilities and all that stuff, I get it. It's not as European standards because of sponsorships and you know what? That's on the standpoint of sponsorships and like Spotlight as well. But then at the same time, we have some of these great players that are shining in these great leagues, like in Europe and in Europe basically, because that's where you have that's where you have all these great leagues. Most of them are African players. They're the same players that we see playing in the AFCON right now. So you have to give it that respect that it deserves, because it's producing all these big players that are doing even much better than some of the other players that are playing in Europe right now. So I mean, it's unfortunate. Like, you know what? We're still not there. We're not there to like Europe or like South America when it comes to like facilities and standards and all that. But we gotta give it its respect, man. That's a tedious tournament. The style of play is not as pretty as European play or South American play. It's
by the way, that was Ivory Coast. That was Ivory Coast against Sierra Leone that game.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I mean, the style of play, I don't like the style of play, to be honest, personally, because like some of these, it's hard to watch when teams cannot string 2, 3, 4 passes, together. I mean, no, even it's not just bubble, bro. Even other teams, bro, they're the same. It's the same.
What'd you say, Calvin? I didn't hear it.
No, because I mean that's probably the only game you watch. Watch the other games, bro. Like some of these teams, they're the same thing. It's just going back and forth. The football is going back and forth on these teams. It's not really moving around. Few teams that you can see that can move the ball around.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's where I mean, there could be better. There could be better investment in the African game at a local level, grassroots level. You know what I mean? To have coaches like. Have all coaches I mean, because the European soccer, I feel like soccer is different based on where you come from, right?
Development.
European
Right, the
soccer
region, based on the region, yeah.
yeah, like no,
Yeah.
like European soccer is very organized, structured. It's very tactical, right?
Mhm.
South American soccer, a lot of flair and skill, stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
African soccer is very physical. Like we do a lot of running. It's physical. Some of the tackles I've been seeing and people getting
Oh
yellow
yeah.
cards, bro, are
This.
outrageous. Like
I mean,
what
because that's African soccer. Like you
no,
don't
that's what
get
I'm saying. That's what I'm
we gotta
saying.
let everybody
It's
play.
so it's African soccer. So sometimes when we look at it from a lens where it's like, okay, we're used to seeing European soccer and how organized and how technical and how technical and and tactical the games are. It's hard for us to kind of have that same expectation on
But are you saying
their style of
that
play is different. The style of play is
would you
different.
but would you be saying that there's an opportunity? Are you saying that okay, so the game itself is not at the same level where okay, so African soccer could be their level could be elevated, or are we just talking about like, oh, you know what, the styles are simply different, so we're just not gonna get the same thing, but the level is still a very high level. Is that what we're talking about?
So the level of play itself is not very high level because of the fact that we just coach what we know. You know what I mean? We need more investment into the technical and tactical side of the game so that it just improves our players. You know what I mean? A lot of African countries don't have academies where kids start playing in an academy system from like 6, 7, 8 years old, like some of these European teams. You know what I mean? And like some of these kids in Europe, they'll have like the proper foundation. They're probably playing on proper fields. Like, you know what I mean? Like they know how to control a ball because the ball is gonna be consistently coming down on the grass the same level. It's not gonna bounce around like you play in on some African fields that are very bad. So the technical part of the game, some of our players will not have that. So it's very difficult. Like in instances where you have to play like possession based football because we don't have the fields to be able to train and play possession based football because our standard of our soccer fields is not as good as in Europe, and our facilities are not as good as in the first world countries. So, that's where we'll lack a little bit as far as that. But so if we have more like infrastructure, like FIFA actually do stuff to where they are building like supplementing like football governing bodies to build better fields and conduct like the game better on a grassroots level. Coach the coach is coaching the younger players how to be tactical. Because I'm telling you, bro, when I was training, our coach would say warm up 20 laps, like. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm spending 30 minutes running 20 laps, but it's 30 minutes I could have been working on my left foot. You know what I mean? I could be working on my long passing, short passing, that kind of stuff. That
Our training used
we
to
have
be
2 or 3 balls instead of having 20 balls in a training session where this small group is working on this thing, this small group is working on that thing. So I feel like for our game to improve to get to the level that the European game is, we have to like really pour into those grassroots and build our coaches and players and facilities like from the grassroots and going up.
So, and also another thing is, even on the media, from the media standpoint, I was so shocked, man. I think it goes all the way down to that little minute details. I was watching the Ivory Coast game the other day, and I swear by the time the game end, I done watched probably 20 breaks and commercials.
What?
It's you see that's what it boils down to, like the injection of finances, money sponsorships. Because you see the reason why, like we were talking about, like some of the games where they were taking breaks in the middle of a game and putting a commercial and stuff like that. That is unheard of when you go to like South America, come to United States or Europe. You know what? It's unheard of And so it's a matter of like sponsorship and bringing in money, because when you look at other uh, countries that have better infrastructure, because I mean we cannot say all of Africa. Look at South Africa. South Africa when they hosted the 2010 World Cup, that was, I mean, that was world class. Like the stadiums were beautiful. Everything was like up to standard. And so there's some places where there is that injection of infrastructure based on what country the develop how developed the country is. But then you have other countries which are still developing, which may not have that kind of infrastructure to support it. And another point too, you can actually look at when you look at these teams, most of these players, they do not get time together to where they can actually play together. Some of them, they're coming from wherever they're coming from, and 2-3 days they're already
That's
going
from
into
every
tournament.
nation, man. That's from every
I don't
nation.
know. Let me. Okay, but let me go with my
That's
point.
that's
Let me
not the
go
case.
for my point. Let me go with my point. But look at if you look at other teams like in Europe, look at other some of these teams. Most of the players, they're playing in the same leagues. They have uniformity in their teams. Like if you look at like Premier League or something, you have people that are players are playing in France or in La Liga, or are playing in Serie A. When they go together, even if it's like 2 or 5 days, these players have a similar type of play. They have been interlinked with all these teams. They play with each other like UEFA Champions League. But then you look at African teams. You have players that are playing in Saudi Arabia, players playing in Europe, some players playing in Africa. And you bring them all together, and you bring a player like Sadio Mane, who's used to stringing passes with Jota and Fabinho, and he's playing with somebody that's been playing in like the lower league in Senegal. I mean, where do you think that that uniformity is going to come, or even that chemistry? It's not going to be there. That's one of the disadvantages that these teams have, because there's so much disparity when it comes to some of the big players and some of the lower level players. Some teams like France, everybody's world class. It's only the same level. You go to some teams like Senegal, you got like a Mane here and a guy who's playing probably in like Senegal, like last place team or something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's
that alone,
Yeah.
pretty good point.
I mean, you're kind of right on that front. So, you know what, guys, we're gonna stop there tonight. So, like, we had a lot to talk about tonight.
We had a Jackson in it, so
I'm sorry. We didn't even talk about Real Madrid that much today.
What we're gonna do, we'll just close the show tonight at that point, and we'll have to reconvene again and continue that discussion. And we thank everybody who's gonna be watching this video or who's watching it right now. I'm Steve, and who are you guys?
and yeah,
Tony right here.
Yep.
I love Madrid.
and
Always
this
gonna put that in your
is
face.
Calvin signing out.
Yeah, it was great having a chat with you guys, hanging out today. It was great. We had a lot of points. We had a lot of chat to do because we haven't recorded in a bit. But we're gonna have a lot more to discuss, because there's gonna be a lot more football coming in the next few days. So yeah,
starting with my team tomorrow, we got Barca Athletic tomorrow, man. That's gonna be I think that's the Copa del Rey or something like that.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna win big tomorrow. So
that's a stay hopeful, my friend. Stay
prepare for me to start bragging.
Stay hopeful, my friends. We're gonna see about that. Stay hopeful.
All right, guys. It was a fun show tonight. Thank you, everyone. Wish you guys a good night, and don't forget to subscribe on the show, guys. Like us and subscribe, leave a comment, and tell us how you feel, what you think. Tell us who you support and why you support your team, and brag about your team. That's all it's about. And y'all have a good night.
Cheers.
All right, peace.